Am I recording? Oh, hey guys. I'm just gonna make a random video about a backstory I'm gonna completely make up. Okay, so it's not real. But anyways, this is the backstory of Yeeps hide and seek. Okay, so basically, there was a gorilla that was like, cat could make like puppets for a puppet show. And if you guessed it, he made the yeeps. He called it the yeeps. Well, it was like Elmo kind of thing. It was its own kind of thing. It wasn't like a group of it. If you know what I mean. It's not like a group. It wasn't like a group of it. Just one. It was like, since Gorilla Attack has like no legs, it also had no legs too. But it resembled kind of a human thing. And gorillas are similar to humans, so it wouldn't really matter in case. Yeah, it was a puppet. No legs still. It was a puppet. The original color of the yeep was blue. It was blue, and it had purple eyes. Or green eyes. Or green. It was kind of green. Eyes. His name was Yeep. Yeah, Yeep. He was like a puppet, kind of like, yeah. It wasn't like animatronic or anything. It wasn't like animatronic or anything. It was like kind of like a puppet you control with your hand. Then they kind of made it robotic, I guess. Okay, let me finish. So yeah, the puppet Yeep was a puppet. Yeah, it was a puppet. It was a puppet. It was just a puppet named Yeep. And then he decided, you know what? This is boring. This is boring. So, okay, so basically he used it for the show, right? Then he sold it to somebody because he didn't need it anymore. And this guy wasn't really in it. He had some organs and stuff for tests. By the way, he gave this to a scientist, but he didn't know he was a scientist. He didn't know that. So the scientist, or maybe he didn't know, but anyways, yeah, he gave it to a scientist. But the yeep, it looked all distorted and stuff. I don't think that's the right word. It just looked like broken down and stuff, because it's actually been used for quite a while now. So he decided to test subjects on it, and actually add organs to it, because he wanted to see if it can actually move and stuff. So he decided to put a Gorilla Tag brain in there, and all of the organs and stuff inside it, and it worked. But you might be asking a lot of stuff, but he didn't, like the stuffing, basically the stuffing. No, it's stuffing. The stuffing. So let's say I don't think these yeeps creatures had organs. The yeep thing originally did have organs. Wait, I think the yeep thing was a group of yeeps. Sorry. I just created the story like right now. But there was a group of yeeps. Yeah, it was let's just do one to make it easier. Yeah, there was one yeep. This was the original yeep. The original yeep. Yeah. So yeah, he was worked on, blah blah blah. But these things are living creatures. How did they become alive? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. So the scientist did some test subjects on them, and he did this thing where they need stuffing to survive, and it worked. And the yeep was alive. Kinda. it was kind of like he had some fails with it, but then eventually it worked. This yeep was still destroyed and stuff, but he fixed it and stuff after it was working. After it was working, he fixed it, like. So they need stuffing to survive. They don't have any stuffing, they don't have a good chance to survive, because they can't live with zero stuffing. But that's also he also made the yeeps so they can create stuff. That was on the show too. But they didn't do that. They didn't actually do that. But the stuff did come out of it. But basically, it came alive, and it used stuffing. It was in the show too. Like, it can do that. Like, he could have done that in the kids show. But in the kids show,
hey,
yeah.
Does anyone want to see a magic trick? Oh shoot.
Like in the show, but it wasn't actually and the scientist actually did it. Oh, I'm recording. Oh, jeez. Making backstory of yeeps. I don't think this is the best place to do it. Whatever. Anyways, back to the backstory. Yeep was now the yeep we know and love, basically, right? Yeah, blah 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 blah, random stuff. So the show, the yeeps. This yeep is a male, by the way. And then the scientist was like, "Hey, I think we should create a little more." So he did that, and the yeeps made a lot of subjects, a lot of test subjects and stuff. And test subjects and stuff to the yeeps, and made a couple yeeps, and he made it so, and yeah, that's how the yeeps were created. Basically, the scientist made a lot of them, and since these things are probably living creatures, I don't think these things can reproduce. Though that doesn't. Huh? What's that noise? It doesn't seem very realistic enough, if you know what I mean. Doesn't really seem like they can do that. So basically, then how did the yeeps get created? Well, it's kind of like the Cars movie. They're created by other yeeps. And that's how the yeeps are created. Because the scientist taught them how to make other yeeps. Because he couldn't just make a zillion yeeps on his own. By the way, yeah, he taught them, so the yeeps were smart. But they weren't that smart. So they were smart as, like, kids. But some of them are pretty... But some of them are pretty smart. Some of them are pretty smart. You'll know, because, yeah. But yeah. And then the yeeps started taking over gorilla tag. Not like the way you think. The population of the gorillas went down. Not because the yeeps killed them or anything. Just the population was going down. Then the yeeps took over. And all the maps you know and love of gorilla tag were getting distorted or destroyed. They were getting destroyed because a lot of people aren't using them. So the yeeps decided to make it their own kind of thing, and that's how the blue house and stuff was created. And about the snow update. How did it snow in the middle of the rain? Well, that's another theory. Another theory we gotta dig into. I'll make more theory videos. Sorry, guys. Anyways, that's basically the backstory of the yeeps. Basically, the summary is that there was these yeep. It was originally a yeep. It was a puppet. It's pretty big, by the way, actually. And then it turned into, then it was living. It was living because it got alive because of the scientists, and the yeeps learned how to make them on their own and stuff. We'll have all of that backstory later. Sorry, you stop. Anyways, that's basically the backstory of them. Whoa, can you stop? Okay, you want me to unmute you? You want me to unmute you? What's your color code? White. I'm recording a video, that's why. Recording a
Hey.
Anyways, bye guys. I gotta go before this guy freaking. It was crazy.
What's your account name?